Well, thank you for coming on my show, Grace, and congratulations for winning the award.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for having me back.
You're very welcome, and you won the reward with the best performance in a short film. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's called Maybe Tomorrow Will Be Better.
Yes.
What can you tell everybody about it?
So that short film was a short film that I directed, wrote, produced, and starred in. And it was based on like experiences I went through with bullying and just like dealing with all of that on top of mental health stuff like anxiety and ADHD and depression. And it was about like just really my experience. And
Hmm.
told that story. And I'm glad that it turned out well and that everyone liked it. So,
Well, it's amazing. I will have to say, I'm a mental health advocate. And as myself, I suffer depression. I'm not ashamed to talk about it.
yeah.
And it's very good to have actors and actresses, producers, directors, especially yourself, to make films, to spread awareness as well, because you're helping other people, but also it's your story as well, to let other folks know out there that this is what's going on about Grace as an actress. Um, what? It must have been kind of difficult to, you know, for me, I've been kind of scared to talk about my own story. So, in your mind, while you were writing this and you're playing the role, were you kind of, if you mind me asking, were you kind of nervous telling your own story? Were you I shouldn't be saying judged, but were you afraid to talk about it?
Yeah, I get that. And that is a thing going into it because you don't want to be seen for just one thing. And I also, have different disabilities, and that's how I feel about those as well. When you talk about something, you're worried that that's all you're going to be seen for. But I had been bullied for so long, and
Hmm.
that I feel like it really formed who I was. And like anxiety, I was diagnosed when I was 7, and I made this short film when I was 17. So 10 years had passed, and I feel like I wasn't scared at this point to make it. I wasn't, because one, when I first made it, nobody knew it was based on true experiences going into it. It was more just out there. And then I was like, it is my story. And like, I'm not afraid to talk about that because that part of that experience, like obviously it's shifted for film a little bit, but
Hmm.
part of
Hmm.
those experiences made me who I am today. I wouldn't be who I am without everything that happened and without all of, my mental illnesses that I've been diagnosed with. I wouldn't be who I am. So I feel like as I've gotten older, I've lost the shame in it. I don't feel shame anymore talking about it.
Well, you shouldn't feel ashamed to talk about. I'm being honest, you shouldn't. Mental health is, like I said, is a very important topic to talk about in, everyday life and, in society. And it's very important to discuss it and tell people your own story and tell people that they're not alone. So,
Mhm.
again, congratulations. And how long did it take you to film this?
Oh my. Well, I started off as like a little project for a college audition. So it was like the second half of the film where it was just in Lily's like bedroom. I
Mm-hmm.
recorded that separately. And then when the film festival that I submitted it to started, going around, I was like, I'm gonna do something with this. And so technically was a couple of months because I had done it in different terms.
Right.
Like filming it wasn't that long. I had my two other friends that were in it, they filmed it from home and sent their tapes in to me, and I was able to edit because it was over FaceTime. So I think like the second half or that first half when I added that process was probably about a week long of like filming and editing because it was all me that did it. So I'd say like total a week probably.
Wow. And if you mind me asking, you probably never thought you would win the best performance of a short film, right? I'm just sorry. I'm just asking, you never thought, right?
Oh, like going into it, like I thought I was like, oh, maybe I have a chance, because I had received so much like positive feedback on the film,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily my acting in it, but just the film in general. And so I was like, maybe I have a chance. And then when I got there and I was like, there are so many like kids here that are so amazing. Like I've like so many that are like I've seen in auditions, my friends, people I've seen and looked up to, and I was just like, yeah, there's no way. But then when I won, I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Well, I saw pictures of you met Kaden Kukaski and you met a couple other actresses, and of course, Kaden's been on my show many times. But again, it's just amazing with all the young artists out there and everybody out there and just showing their work,
Yeah,
and it's
it's so cool having like a space too to be able to do that. Cause like Kaden, I had known, like we had been friends on Instagram for years and like we had gone to the same acting studio, never been in the same class, but like virtually for years. And like all the other people I met too. And so it's finally like, because I've called them my friends for so long. Like I've been like, oh, look at what my friend did. But like you finally get to meet them in person and it's like so cool because it's like you're like for some reason you feel like you've known each other for a
hmm
while, then it's also like brand new. So, and it's all like people around our age. So it's like such a cool experience to
yeah.
have for us.
I totally agree. Caden's a wonderful person, and
Oh, yeah.
everybody who's been on my show as well as who's been there. I was at the awards. Of course, they're wonderful people as well. Of course, you were in the other film called The Day We Met, and that was featured in 2023.
Hmm.
And what can you tell, real quick before we go into that, where can everybody see your film that you did, that you're maybe Tomorrow Will Be Better?
It's on YouTube and it's
Hmm
under if you search my name, it's posted there. We also have like an Instagram, so and it's linked there. But yeah, it's on YouTube right now. Yeah.
And then my follow-up question, and we can go back to my other question. Are you going to, I know a lot of people are probably wondering, are you going to make another part two of of another story, or are you going to make another, um, do you see yourself, maybe not make a part two, but maybe make a mental health film? Where do you see yourself potentially helping the mental health community? I'm 100% a mental health advocate, but where do you see yourself? What do you hope to do with this film and your mental health?
Well, I think like I loved the process. It was, hard. I didn't have a crew, so it was like a lot. And I think for now I'm really focusing on my acting and stuff because I am just so busy at the moment. But like later, once, I get farther in my acting career, I definitely what like once I make a bigger name for myself and have people who want to see my work, I do want to do something where I have more say in the developmental side of it.
Hmm
um, I want to do a film about like my journey of when I was diagnosed with anxiety because it
hmm
was a really bad experience for both me and my entire family, and it was hard. I was so young, and I've wanted to do a story on that, and I've had that idea for so long, and like when I'm older and I'll get like some young actress then like some kid to play me and like that I feel like that would be so cool too.
Right. Well, I can't wait. Again, I just look forward to your other future, mental health films, and you'll have my support because I'm a big, huge mental health advocate. So you
Great.
100% have my support, and I would love to have you back again and talking more about that. Anyway, I'm sorry, back to what we were talking about. The day we met in 2023, and what can you tell everybody about that? And of course, where can people watch that?
That project was also I mean I feel like that one didn't kind of take off in the way they wanted it to. It was just a bit smaller. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
YouTube
Mm-hmm.
release. It was I think that at that point I was really I did have an amazing experience getting to meet some people through that. I met my friend Carson, who incredible actress, and met her on that set. And I think that project, I don't even know if it's still like available, but it was like so big, I feel like in getting, I was doing all of these things to get me to where I am now. So I wouldn't be
Right.
here like that one under my belt. But like that one, I don't know if it's available. But I have two short films that I recently filmed that I don't know where they're gonna be out because the film festivals are coming up soon. But yeah, so I don't think that's available currently, but there is, more things in the works. So
Yes. Can't wait for you to talk about them. And of course, you were in the Whispers of the North. Is that correct?
So that is a movie that I'm actually filming starting next week.
Okay, I
Uh,
know you probably can't talk about it. I understand, totally understand. But I'm so excited to talk, more about it. And you're filming next week, so um, it's amazing.
that's gonna be out like Amazon Prime, Vudu. That one's gonna be out farther places, and I'm really excited to talk about it more. I know.
Yes, I definitely will have you. I'll have you when that comes out. You have to keep me updated. So back to when we were talking about Young Artist Awards. Were you nervous being on stage? Were you shocked? I mean, of course you were shocked. I'm sorry, but you were nervous. I mean,
I as especially like during because I feel like my category was towards the end because it was combined 44th and 45th due to this strike. And like just my I knew my family was like they were all watching like or not watching, but they were all like getting live updates from my mom and everyone was excited. And then I had met a lot of like girls going in there and like everyone that I met and like in my friend group that we kind of like formed was winning awards. And so I was like, this is gonna be so sad. Like if I don't, like obviously it's like it's still amazing to be nominated. But so I was like so nervous sitting there. And then I was sat next to this guy, Jensen, who I love him. He was so funny. But he won his. And then when it came down to mine, he was like, it's gonna be you, it's gonna be you. And I was like, you can't say that. Like that's no, stop. You're freaking me out. And then they said me. And I got up there and I had started like a speech, like in the shower that morning. I was like, maybe I should like have something to say. And so I was thinking of things and I had like a pretty good outline or whatever. And then I got up there and everyone was saying like, "Oh my gosh, the light is so bright." And I was like, "Oh my God, they're right." Like I didn't say that, but like everything kind of vanished my head. And I thanked pretty much everyone. I just didn't thank like my acting coaches by name. But like I got everyone else. So I was like, I did pretty well for like my first, I guess my first thank you speech or
hmm
you know.
hmm Of course, the light is so bright. It's like you couldn't see people
Yeah.
in front of you, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like everything it was so bright that everything was black. Like
hmm
the all it was just and I've been a dancer for years. Like I dance on a stage and like do theater with bright blinding lights, but that was different. And I was like I can't like there's nothing. It's like I'm in an alternate world right now.
Wow. And I'm just curious, did you get a phone call or did you get an email that you were nominated and
So I just found out I actually don't I was in school, so I was in New York. And I feel like they just had said when the announcement or like when the nominations were dropping. And I think as soon as I saw like the email or whatever, I like scrolled down. Like because I don't think I got my mom was still getting my emails at the time. I think she might be still. I don't know. But so I was like, I don't know. And so when I saw that they were announced, I was like, let me go check. And I was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. So
Wow, amazing. Congratulations again.
thank-
What's other upcoming projects do you have other than The Whispers of the North?
so there's that movie. I was just in and I'm the lead in that one. So I do have a lot in that film, which is gonna be nice. I just filmed something in LA that I had a small little role. Something, I'm not really allowed to talk about it at all. Those NDAs.
No, it's okay. I don't want you to get in trouble, so don't say anything.
I trust me, I'm looking forward to it. But I had fun filming it. So I have that, and then I did two short films recently. One for the Tampa Film Festival, Tampa Independent Filmmakers, and one for the Orlando Independent Filmmakers Festival. So those are both coming out. I believe one's September and one's October. Don't know if I'm going to be able to make the premieres because I will be in New York. I'm going back to college pretty much the end of this month. So it's busy.
So are you currently in LA right now?
I'm in Florida. So I'm
Okay.
based in Florida. But I have family like Georgia, New York, LA. So I'm kind of all over for filming and work everywhere. But I'm in Florida where my parents are, and then New York, I go to college. And then this summer I've been back and forth in LA, like I was there for a few days, flew home for 2 days, went back, and then flew somewhere else. It was like crazy. Jet lag was getting to me.
Yeah, because you have West Coast time, East Coast time, West
Yes.
Coast time, East Coast time.
It was like too much. I was like, I don't know what schedule I'm on anymore.
Right, because you're like, wait, what time is it there? What time is it here? What time is it there?
Exactly.
Oh, it's this time. It's too early to go to bed. Oh, now it's too late to go to bed.
Yep.
Right. Um, how did your friends feel? The ones that helped you with your film, they must have been so excited for you.
Oh, yes. I love them. Kaylin and Brienne. Kaylin's in New York. She's one of my best friends in New York. I love her. She is so insanely talented. She was on American Idol. The it was either last season or season before. She was phenomenal. And yeah, she's always been proud of me. I've always been proud of her. And then Brienne is in LA. I haven't seen her in I think it's about a year last time we got together. But ever like we it's we'll be best friends for forever. Every time we get together, it's like, oh my God, like fill me in on everything. So I mean they're both actors too, and they work hard. And I mean we were all child actors, so it's
Hmm
like
hmm
we're all so supportive of each other. And yeah, they're always proud of me, and I'm always proud of them.
Well, amazing. Congratulations for everything that you have accomplished and the
Thanks.
rewards. And, it's that's the reason I wanted to have you back to talk about your reward that you won. You
Yeah.
know, it's this is your second time on my show,
Yeah.
and but it's amazing. You got to meet all those young um, actors and and everyone out there on set, and you see how they get their roles and their rewards, and there you were getting the reward. So
Yeah.
it's amazing, right? So now you're going back to school. Are you
hmm
gonna stop acting for a while?
Well, I go to NYU and my major is acting. So I'm constantly acting in school, but my main focus is like auditioning and, on camera acting. So like the school kind of knows that I'm there and they're supportive. Like if I book something and have to leave, they're on board. So my main thing is still, auditioning and booking, and I'm still doing all the workshops and classes with casting directors and trying to get my face out there. Cause, I'm like, fingers crossed, maybe I'll get to college and they'll be like, oh, we want you for this. And I'll be like, oh, I have to go for a little bit. I'll be back. Like,
You
yeah,
never
so
know.
I'm constantly acting because it's like 9 to 5 days acting for school, and then I'll go home and have like a virtual acting class, and then like I'll get auditions. So it's like acting all the time.
Wow. Yeah, you never know. You may get a role.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself moving to LA now or no?
I I feel like the industry is so different now because of like post COVID. It's just like everything is virtual first auditions. And I it's probably like after if I'm not already, like working on a TV show or something where I'm in one location currently. Like if I'm doing that, then I'll probably just, move there for a while and move back and forth between like wherever. Uh, but otherwise, it would probably be LA or New York because those are like the two top locations. I have family in both, and I don't know. I love going back and forth between the two, honestly.
Other than jet lag.
Other than jet lag, but LA and New York are probably like my two favorite cities.
Hmm
I know so many people there. I have so much fun. And it's just smart to be in because that's where things happen. So it's like you don't have to wake up and hop on a plane and fly 5 hours at random hours to get where you're going. You can just drive to your audition whenever.
Right. 100%. That's true. But yeah, other than time change and jet
Yeah.
lag and yeah, to figure out what time zone you're in and New York, I heard they don't sleep.
Oh yeah, the city that never sleeps.
It's true. Is it really
I
true?
no, well, I feel like when you're in college, you don't, because it's just like there's so much going on. Like I'll be sitting and I'll be doing homework and I'm just like, okay, I can go to sleep now and I'll get 2 hours of sleep before I have to get up for class. I'm like, but if I do that, I might not wake up. So maybe I just won't sleep. So I feel like I don't sleep when I'm there. But like I think what they mean is there's just people out at all hours and the lights are always because there's parties at, all hours and everything is just open so late. So there's just people
Okay.
all the time. But I mean, most people I know get some sleep. So I'd say that's not, it's a little exaggerated.
I just had to make sure. I heard that phrase before many times that New York never sleeps at night. It's always noisy and
Yeah, it is always like I'm getting back home and not hearing like sirens like because I feel like those are all the time in New York and I'm like I fall asleep to them and here I was like there's no sirens at crazy hours. Like what am I supposed to do?
By the way, you're okay from the hurricane, right? You're in Florida, so
Yeah, it was honestly it wasn't bad here where I am at least. It was just, heavy rain, heavy wind. I feel like there's always a hurricane here, but where I was it wasn't bad, so that was good.
that's good. I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for coming on my show, and I look forward having you back with all the upcoming projects. And please do keep me updated.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me back.
Well, you're very welcome. You're always welcome to come back on my show.
Aw, thanks.
You're very welcome. So please keep me updated, and I will look forward to it. And like I'm being honest, you're always, always, always welcome back on my show.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And I will keep you updated, I promise.
Yes, thank you. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, thank
All
you for
right.
having me. Bye.